Hello friends, today's question: four harmonic waves of equal frequencies and equal intensities I naught have phase angles 0, pi by 3, 2 pi by 3 and pi. When they are superimposed, the intensity of the resulting wave is n I naught. Then the value of n is. So in this case, we are given four harmonic waves and the respective phase angles are given as 0, pi by 3, 2 pi by 3 and pi. And we have to find out the intensity of the resulting wave, which is given as n I naught, and we are supposed to find out value of I naught. And in this case, the intensity is proportional to the square of the amplitude. Okay, so we are going to remember this particular thing and solve the question. So let us represent each wave by the respective equations. So we can write for the four waves, we can write for the first wave as E1, and let us suppose the amplitude is given as E naught. This comes E naught cos of 0. For the second, let us suppose that is given as E2. Amplitude is same, so this comes as E naught, and we have cos of pi by 3. Third wave, we have E naught, and we can write this as cos of 2 pi by 3. And finally, we can write the last one, E4 will be equal to E naught, and we have cos of pi. And in this case, E naught is the amplitude of each wave. So we can say E naught is the amplitude of each wave, and we have to remember that our intensity, that is I naught, is directly proportional to the square of the respective amplitudes. Now we are going to break all these equations, four equations, into x components as well as the y components. So we can say that break the amplitude into the components. Break the amplitudes into the components. So first of all, let's write the x component, and along that we are also going to find out the resultants. The resultant will be the respective summation of the components. Okay. So let us start with our x component. So let us assume that the resultant x component is our Ex, and this Ex will be our E naught cos of 0 plus E naught cos of pi by 3 plus E naught cos of 2 pi by 3, and last one is our E naught cos of pi. We just substitute the respective values. We get that the x resultant component will be equal to E naught is our common factor. We come this as 1 plus this will be our 0.5, this will be minus 0.5, and we are going to have this as minus 1. This comes as 0. And let us similarly find out the y components. let is the resultant called as EY. So EY, we can write it as, EY, we can write it as E naught, so it has to be sine of 0 plus E naught sine of the angle is pi by 3 plus E naught sine of 2 pi by 3 plus E naught, and we have this as sine of, last one is pi. So once again we substitute the values, we get EY will be equal to E naught is our common factor, this comes 0, this comes as root 3 by 2 plus root 3 by 2 and plus 0. So finally this will be coming as E naught square root of 3. Now is the resultant amplitude, which will be a combination of Ex, x component, as well as y component. So we can say that our resultant amplitude let us call that as E. So we can say our E will be equal to x component square plus y component square. X is our 0, y is our square root 3 E naught. So this comes 0 E naught square root of 3 whole square and its square root. So this comes as E naught square root of 3. And we have to find out, or rather we can say the question it is given, the intensity of the resulting wave we have to find out. So intensity is proportional to the square of the resultant amplitude. So we can say that resultant intensity if it is represented as I, then I will be directly proportional to E and its square. If we substitute value of E, we can get our I is directly proportional to E naught square root of 3 and its whole square, which can be written as 3 E naught square, and we already said that this E naught is directly proportional to our I naught. So this can be easily replaced by I naught. And in the question it is given that the resultant amplitude is represented as n I naught. So this comes as 3 I naught. So therefore value of n is equal to 3. So this question can be solved also by using graphical approach also, more or less. So we can represent it in the form of graph that will be something like this. We start with 0 and this will be our second one, this will be the third one, and this will be at pi. So amplitude is same in each case, E naught, E naught and E naught at their respective angles, and we can further solve it, and this solution is also going to give us the same answer. This is one of the way also solving it by using a graphical approach. Okay. So this completes the question. Thank you.